warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Najwa binti Rasli. Matric number is 15 DUB 19F1056. So the journal author is Salihuddin Hashim from Department of Civil Engineering, Muhammad Saleh Jaafar from Faculty of Engineering, and Saiful Azri Abu Hassan from University Putra Malaysia. First project of industrial building system was introduced in years 1964 till today.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Aziti Kamila binti Mama Azmi and my matrix ID 15DUB19F1017. Okay, the title for our presentation is about Topic 9 IBS, the Contractor Perception Towards the Industrialized Building System Risk in Construction in Malaysia. Alright, for the next, I will talk about purpose of literature. First, to keep within cost estimate. Second, to achieve the required completion date, and third, failure to achieve and required quality and operational requirement. The use of IBS, industrialized building system, has attracted many countries such as Singapore, Sweden, Germany, Japan, and the United Kingdom. This system could replace the conventional labor-oriented building system. However, since the first IBS project in 1964 until today, IBS in Malaysia has not been well received by the construction industry due to its failure to adequately address the risks in the IBS project. To address this study has proven the risks faced by contractors in IBS construction projects. The risk identification techniques used are brainstorming, analysis of journal papers, and conferences and discussions with practitioners, and data collected by survey questionnaires on contractors.
Found that there are 12 major risks in construction using IBS, which are act of God. Maksudnya bahaya semula jadi di luar kawalan manusia seperti gempa bumi ataupun tsunami. And then change, error and defective design, maksudnya kecacatan design. Maksudnya contoh yang boleh diberikan, arkitek membuat design yang tidak detail lah. And then change in government regulation, perubahan pemerintah kerajaan. Contractor competence, kecekapan kontraktor dalam industri pembinaan lah. Delay payment and resolving the contractual issue, penangguhan pembayaran dan menyelesaikan masalah kontrak. Financial failure, any party, and masalah kewangan dari mana-mana pihak. Labor and equipment productivity, macam kelewatan menyiapkan projek dalam masa yang tertentu, masa yang ditetapkan. And then labor ada yang tak ada kemahiran dan juga ada yang berkemahiran. Equipment and material availability, sebagai contoh macam mesin yang ada dekat tapak pembinaan ataupun kilang, dia punya risiko adalah boleh rosak. And then quality of work and safety juga adalah major risk lah, risiko utama dalam pembinaan kerana boleh membawa kepada kematian lah jika tidak diambil peduli. The last one is site access or right of way, and supplier or manufacturer poor performance. And it is hoped that the finding of the research could assist Malaysian contractors in making risk management planning, besides improving decision making to achieve project.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Alisha binti Syamsuddin and my number matric is 50DUB19F1044, and I will explain about purpose of literature. Okay, the construction industry is one of the most dynamic, risky, challenging and beneficial fields. This involves a lot of uncertainty and is often executed with a high level of risk due to the nature of business activity, process, environment, and construction organization. Project complexity, location, type of contract, intimacy, whisper and communication disruption are among the major risks contributors in the construction technology.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Afika binti Abdul Mubin from DUB 3M. My matric number 15 DUB 19F1016. So today I want to explain about finding. The research was conducted by means of interview and questionnaire survey. The questionnaire design were undertaken in the phase consisted of literature review of past research focused on risk in the construction and IBS housing project. 27 risks were compiled from previous similar studies conducted in the USA and Hong Kong, and from an interview with experienced personnel involved in IBS project, it was reduced 12 risks based on IBS project in Malaysia construction situation. Table 1 show 12 risks tied in IBS project included in the questionnaire. A total of 18 questionnaires were sent out to the IBS construction contractor. Out of 18 questionnaires, the research gathered 39 usable questionnaires. 3 response could not be used in the analysis because they were incomplete. Only 13 response were used. The ultimate response rate were 45%. The questionnaire is described below. Next, questionnaire design and distribution. There are two sections, which is first section solicited general information about the respondent and the organization. The second section required the respondent to express their perception toward the importance of 12 construction risks that are listed in their entirety in column 1 of table 1. The respondent were requested to indicate the importance of each risk. Low importance is accorded a value of 1, while the greatest importance is accorded a score of 10. The range of 1 to 3 denote risk that is not important. 4 to 7 denote important risk categories, and 8 to 10 denote very important risk categories. The degree of importance varies from project to project. The questionnaire is expected to a general assessment of the importance of risk. The degree of importance was related to the overall impact. This factor has been on meeting the project as objective of being within budget, on schedule, and meeting the performance requirement of the client. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Syafiqah binti Umar here. My number matrix is 15 DUB 19F1014. So our topic is the contractor perceptions towards industrialized building system risk in construction in Malaysia. So I'm going to continue to explain about approach of analysis. What is approach of analysis? Approach of analysis is to measure the importance of each risk. Contractor will request to indicate separately the level of frequency, indicating the intensity of the risk occurrences, and the level of impact, which is determining the severity of the consequence if it does occur, using a 5-point rating scale, wherein the greater rating, the highest the risk would be. Statistical analysis methods that was used for this study is descriptive, analysis. Followed by the research, I realized that might occur two impact, which is impact level of risk. The explanation is the most impact and least impact risk categorized for Malaysian contractors are shown in table 2. After this, I will show what is table 2 is, which was developed based on the data in the second column. And the second one is the least impact risk. From the Malaysian contractors' perspective is the risk of changes in government regulations. It followed by the risk of acts of God with an average score of 6. Next, we move to the table 2. Table 2, if you can see, that shown us about most and least impact IBS, which is industrial building system, risk categorized as perceived by Malaysian contractors. They shown about impact and risk. For high impact, which is most impact, rank first. For the risk is delayed payment and resolving contractual issues, financial failure any party, suppliers and manufacturers, poor performance and safety. For low impact, which is least impact, rank first. The risk that we occur is changes in government regulations, act of God, labor and equipment productivity, and site access of right of way. For explanation, table 3. Table 3 shown us most and least frequency IBS risk categorized as perceived by Malaysian contractors. For impact, high most frequency rank first. For the risk is change in work and defective design, delayed payment and resolving contractual issues, safety, suppliers and manufacturers, poor performance. For low impact, which is least frequency, rank first. For the risk is acts of God, changes in government regulations, financial failure any party, and labor and equipment productivity. IBS construction risk ranking. For the explanation, the degree of project objective within budget, on schedule and achieve client requirements varies from the project. The questionnaire was expected to bring out a broad assessment of the ranking of risk obstacle in achieving the IBS project objectives, which is completion within budget, on schedule and achieve the required quality and operational requirements. Site access and right of way was the least contribution risk categorized towards project objectives as shown in figure 1. After this, I'll show what is figure 1. It should evaluate the needs or constraints during the planning phase before the construction phase begin. For the risk descriptions, it is acts of God, change in work and defective design, changes in government regulations, contractor competence, delayed payment and resolving contractual issues, financial failure any party, labor and equipment productivity, labor, equipment and material availability, quality of work, safety, site access or right of way, and supplier or manufacturer's poor performance. So all of this is actually risk description that all the contractor have been list and choose. So this contribution of risk to projects objective within budget, on schedule and meeting the performance. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Anis here, and for the last our presentation, I will explain about conclusion. Okay, this study described the current view of contractor in Malaysia regarding the impact and the frequency of 12 risks, which are acts of the good, change in government regulation, contractor competence, delay payment and resolving contractual issue, financial failure any party, labor and equipment productivity, productivity, equipment and material availability, quality of work, site access or right of way, and lastly, supplies or manufacture poor performance presented in questionnaire survey. Financial failure has been considered to be the most significant risk category a contractor could suffer from IBS construction in Malaysia. The contractor has ranked the majority of the risks considered in this survey as highly contribution to project objective. It is recommended that a formal study to be conducted in future to investigate the allocation of the issue on the risk among parties involved in the IBS construction project in Malaysia.